Today I'm heading out for a drive to pick up some used aquariums off of Facebook Marketplace. So in today's video, we're going to go through the steps to choosing the right tanks if you decide to buy used, what to look for when you buy a used tank, how to prepare your used tank and get it ready for fish, and maybe even building a stand for a used tank and making it yours, I guess. So there is ways to save money on aquariums if you buy them used. And I'll take you through the steps on how to get there, how to make them the right tank, the right choice. So now I'm going to head out and go get the tanks, and then we'll come back and I'll show you what I've purchased and how much I paid and what I looked for when I went to pick them up. Until then, we'll see you in a little bit and see you soon. Okay, so now I'm back home and I'm going to show you a little bit what I have. I ended up getting a few more tanks than expected, so it was a great little trip. I'm going to switch the camera around and I'll come back to you in a couple seconds. So there's a couple tanks here that I picked up. And there's one back there as well. And there's a few boxes in the front. Probably can't see them from here, but there's a couple boxes with a whole bunch of accessories as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this all out of the car and load it into my garage, and then I'll come back and we'll go through it and I'll show you what I looked for when I picked up the tanks, what you should look for if you decide to pick up a used tank, and we'll go from there and tell you my plans that was the reason why I got all these tanks. So I do have some plans, some upcoming videos, a little bit of a series that I'd like to do, and this is the start of it. So I'll see you in a couple seconds. Bye for now. All right, so I'm back. I've unpacked the car, loaded everything up onto a table. Plus I have a bigger tank right there that we'll talk about after. But this is everything I got today from my one tank pickup. And it was actually the bigger tank is the one that I was after. So this is all extras. So back here is a 40-gallon tank. A 10-gallon tank with lid. 40-gallon tank here. Aqua Clear 50 hang-on back filter. And it does work, I've tested it. Another filter here, hang-on back filter, rather large one. I've never seen this brand before. It has the internal two separate covers. It has two separate filter cartridges, two on each side. Really different. Out of over 30 years, I've never seen anything like it. So I got that. So lots of water conditioners. We'll talk about that more after. Two air pumps that are functioning. 100-watt Tetra heater. Haven't tested it, but I'm sure it's probably working. One auto feeder. And a whole bunch of aquarium ornaments and fake plants. Some carbon, some pH test strips, some chlorine and chloramine test strips, brand new net, that's good. Some methylene blue, so he must have been breeding at one time, and some fungicide, enough of it, 7 bottles, and some airline tubing. So what I look for when I go to see, we'll jump over to the big tank here now. What I look for when I go to, when I buy a used tank, is first I ask the questions of, when was the last time the tank had water in it? Right, because you don't want it to be sitting very long dry. And I also ask, and if it has been sitting, you know, for a period of time with no water in it, I ask them where it's been stored. In the summertime, if it's stored in a really warm spot where it gets a lot of sunlight, it can actually crack and shrink your silicone, which you may end up having to reseal your tank. Or vice versa, if it's been stored in like a garage in the wintertime, you might have to do the same thing, is reseal it, because your silicone will get damaged. It'll shrink and has the potential to leak on you. This tank, when I arrived, I made sure I had a good look at the silicone along the side walls to see how it looked, and as well as the bottom to see how it looked. This tank, he had told me, was relatively new, that it only had water in it and never any fish. And I would agree with him, because this silicone is pretty much perfect. So this is a 55-gallon tank, which is the one I want to build a stand for, build some covers for, and set it all up. And what I do with it after that, I'm not sure. I might resell it once I'm done, or I might set it up in my home. We'll see how it turns out, and if I still have interest in it by the time I'm done the project. With this tank here, I will show you the steps involved of how I will build the aquarium tops. I'm going to DIY them, and as well how I will build the stand for it, which I will DIY as well. And those will be a couple separate videos on that. It'll be sort of like a series of how to bring back an aquarium, a used aquarium, back to life. As for this tank back here, it ended up being a 40-gallon tank. This is the one I may build a stand for and actually use in my home. It's a lot bigger than what I was expecting to find, that's for sure. And this little 10-gallon tank, as you know, I breed shrimp. Always need extra little 10-gallon tanks for a new project. And maybe we'll make this one a video as well. Maybe we'll do a little easy to build 10-gallon fish tank instead of a shrimp tank, just to add some different spectrum to it. We'll go through all the filters in a video, and I'll show you how to modify your filters and supercharge them. And we'll go from there. Now, let's talk a little bit about these water softeners. So this set came with 2 big boxes. I didn't know what was in them, so that's why I dug them all out. And I just noticed there's, what, 3 bottles of pH up, and 5 bottles of pH down, and 1 water conditioner to make black water conditions in your tank. Another API, pH down, some more water conditioners, stress coat, and some jars of water softener as well. Water softener pillows. Small containers and your larger containers down here. Also your mid pH range tester. Now if you look at this stuff, you're looking at, I think that says $9.99, $10. So $10 a bottle for those. Look at the price on it. No price on that, but you can assume it was about $10 as well. Might have even been more. Stress coat, $9. And this stuff is all older material as well, so it's actually probably more expensive than that to buy right now. But one thing I want to point out is that you don't need to chase your water parameters. Like if you're going to keep fish that's not suited for your normal water, it's going to be very expensive for you. And I would suggest to move on from that and try to do a little bit of studying, learn what fish is best for your water. If you have hard well water, for example, maybe you should stick to live bearers, stuff like that. And if you have softer water, like if you live in a city and your water's soft, you still have to condition your water either way with like a prime to take out heavy metals and chlorine and chloramine. But if you have softer water, you can keep more like rams and stuff like that. So I've pretty much always been on a well every house that I've owned. So I've really couldn't raise any rams, which I've always wanted to keep. A little bit softer stuff. And CPDs, celestial pearl danios and stuff like that is just not very good for my hard water. They don't survive. All the fun stuff. But I've been able to keep a lot of fun stuff as well, like angels, mollies, guppies, platies. All those live bears are great for if I want to keep cichlids, African cichlids, that would be great for my water. So I have lots of fish to choose from as well. And basically the point of that is, whether you choose the soft water fish or the hard water fish, there's all kinds of fish you can have in your tank that you do not need to buy all this and spend all that money. And the worst thing about these, they are full. And this one, for example, expired in 2014. So they're no good anymore. All these medications here have all expired. Every one of them. So that's a lot of money down the drain for chasing your water parameters, pH up and pH down. And that's going to hurt your fish if you do that. They're not going to live a good life. And if you decide to keep shrimp, there's no way you can do that. Neocaridina shrimp like more of the harder water. So putting the pH down to a 7.4 or 7.2 and chasing that number, or 7.6, is just going to kill them. They will not survive. They like stability. Yeah, and over here, these methylene blues and stuff, they're probably just as old, but I have no idea if they're still good or not. I can't seem to find an expiry date on them. And I'm not sure how long methylene blue is good for. But it's so hard to find methylene blue, I'll keep them around, give them a test, see what happens. Price on that's $9.79. So you figure if that was bought in 2014 too, or 2013, what's the price of it now? 15 bucks? 20 bucks? And these test strips here are all $8 a piece. Chlorine and chloramine only. I don't know why he had so many of them. They're probably all expired now as well. So all a waste of money. And buy what you need. Don't have to buy 5 boxes. He must have bought them on sale somewhere cheap in order to have that many boxes. So that's my find. So 3 tanks, couple air pumps, a heater, a couple nice hang-on back filters, especially the AquaClear. I don't know about this one, how well it's going to do, but it does work. And I'm sure I can supercharge it up. All of this cost me $120 Canadian. So a pretty good haul. So if you're still here, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel. My name is Phil from Maritime Shrimp. And in our next videos, we'll talk about preparing the tank for the house. So we'll actually fill the tank up, which was one of the most important steps, to leak check the tank. And also I'll show you how to sanitize the tank. Then in the next series of videos after that, we'll go into adding the hang-on back filter and showing you how to power boost the hang-on back filter, as well as building an aquarium stand for it, and also building some lids for the tank as well. That's all to come in the future. So again, like and subscribe. Leave any comments down below if you'd like to see something else. And we'll see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye for now.